Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Goddess Feminine Energy because that's what it's all about. And I'm using my favorite Goddess deck, and I'm using my beginner's tarot deck. So this set is really cool. This is not an ad, obviously, in a way, but it's a really cool deck. On the bottom we have the Emperor. Maybe that doesn't matter yet, but what it shows is the zodiac sign associated with it, with the meaning, everything you need to know. It's called, this one, I got it off Amazon, it's called Learning Tarot Cards Deck. Very cool. And I forgot to mention the details for the other one because I want you guys to learn how to do this too. I think it's so awesome to be able to teach what I know as I go. So the other deck are these ones here, the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And the Goddess cards I got as a gift. And some people say that that's the best way to receive these types of cards. It's better to just get them as a gift. So that's how I started. But then with these ones, I bought them. Also, this is one of my first videos with my new camera, my GoPro, and during the beginning I was just looking down because I was looking at my screen, like the camera, the phone that shows my reflection, but now I'll look at you guys more. Anyway, I also have my crystals with me, and just like how I'm basking and cleansing in the sun right now, they've been cleansing with me. So I have my hand, like I cut this out of rock with my very good friend. We went rock hounding, and so this is pink quartz, which is very good for the heart chakra, opening up that heart center. Whew, that felt good even just leaving it there. But yeah, so I have my pink quartz. I don't know what this is. I think it's pyrite. I don't know if you guys can see the shine and the sparkle. Let's see. Can you? You kind of can. Okay, we got that. We have the beautiful lapis lazuli that I got as a gift, and I love it very much. So the lapis lazuli is for a lot of things, but I associate it with the throat chakra because it's blue, and I find that that's where I usually go with it when I'm doing my body somatic work or my Reiki. So I'm gonna say throat chakra for this one. And then I have my selenite. Ooh, I love this selenite. And selenite can be so inexpensive too. I thought it was going to be very expensive because of how powerful it is and because it doesn't have to be cleansed in the sun or with smudging like other crystals. It's a self-cleansing crystal, and so I thought, oh, they're gonna be so expensive, but they're really not, and it's just beautiful. It's kind of like frozen water. And what else do I have? I have my desert rose, which for me has been very useful in big life changes, understanding instability, getting used to instability and going with the flow. So that's what I use this for, my desert rose. What else do I have? I have another bit of selenite that's very clear. Oops. I think it's selenite. Actually, it could be, oh, I think this is actually clear quartz. Yeah, this is clear quartz. Whoops. Then I also have amethyst, little amethyst. I think this is tiger's eye. I have sunstone. What is this again? Citrine. Oops, can you see it? And then I have white quartz, oops, in the shape of a mushroom. And one more pink quartz. So these small ones I use for my Reiki usually. The color generally associates with the different chakras. So for example, this citrine goes to the solar plexus, that's yellow. The amethyst goes to the crown chakra. The tiger's eye goes to the sacral, which is orange. The sunstone goes for the root chakra. The pink quartz goes to the heart chakra. And this one is just for when I feel like my vitality is going down, and when I want to bring my white aura back into balance, I use this because it's white. So I'll be using these crystals today in my reading. If I feel like there's an energetic blockage that needs to be processed, I'll take one of them. Maybe I'll wave it around or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I'll keep this on the table with me. It's the clear quartz. Alrighty, so I'll start with my goddess cards. What I like to do generally, and what I feel called to do right now, is set a general intention with my goddess cards. So I'm asking, what will this reading be about? Oops. Ooh, no. That's too many. Like 5 cards wanted to come out, but we need one. Just one. Ooh, okay. I think we have it. Ooh, green Terra. All right. So we have the green Terra goddess, which asks us to start delegating tasks. It says, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. And that's a major part of accepting our feminine energy and accepting the fact that in our feminine energy, it's necessary to receive so that we can share our gifts with the world. But I will also read from the little booklet. So what I like to do is read from the booklet that comes with the set, and whatever words pop out for you, that's the message that's meant to be for you. So let's go to Green Terra. I will show the card again. And what does the booklet say? All right, so it says, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Message from Green Terra, the goddess. When you feel resentment in your heart because you're carrying more than your share of the load, you're doing no favors for anyone, including yourself. You need to ask help to ensure that you have private time for contemplation and rest. One of the reasons why I'm able to sit so peacefully is that I know the secret of true productivity. It doesn't come through struggle or strife. Rather, it comes from a clear and focused mind that's unchallenged by indecisiveness. You see, making decisions is the shortest route to triumphant passages. Once you make up your mind, the rest follows quite naturally. I therefore urge you to sit quietly and follow the footsteps of your mind. Be open to your heart's meanderings. They will quietly lead you to make your most important decisions, and the rest will fall into place. So the various meanings of this card are: don't try to be a superwoman or a superman. Give your children chores. Ask your partner for help. Accept assistance as it's offered to you. Release guilt or the belief that it's weak to ask for help, and be a team player. So if any of that resonated with you, I'm very glad. Take it and listen to it according to your life circumstances. So you may be single, you may have kids, you may be married, you may be in a partnership. really any life circumstance. And I want to say that right now we're in Pisces season, which means that things are very confusing. Pisces is a water sign, so it's here, it's there, it's swimming in the water, going with the flow. And right now, if it feels like it's very difficult for you to make decisions, or life feels very, very confusing, that's okay. Right now, nothing makes sense in this season for the next 20 days or so. And the fact that nothing makes sense makes sense. So don't worry too much. Try to go with the flow. If things start to feel very overwhelming, Green Terra is saying you can start delegating to other people. You don't have to do it all alone, and you are not all alone. Even though our soul is here in a way by itself on this life's journey, we have so many support systems around us and opportunities to receive help and receive guidance from teachers and from, well, really anything around us, because anything and everything in this life is a teacher. Another thing that I wanted to mention is about the solar plexus chakra. So the Green Terra is talking about releasing guilt or shame. Oftentimes when we take on a lot on our plate, and I'm speaking in all my videos through personal experience, oftentimes when we take on a lot on our plate, it's because perhaps we feel that we feel guilt if we aren't taking on all of that. We feel guilt if that we're not doing enough. We feel shame about possibly past mistakes, and that causes us to overcompensate and do too much. But if that's causing problems in your life, where you're feeling resentment, your health is declining, you're not feeling prioritized, you're feeling tired, you look in the mirror and you think, I've changed a lot and it's not really for the better. I don't look so good. If there's all of the above, and of course more, where you feel like something's off, maybe take a look at that. Maybe take a look at the solar plexus chakra, and that's all about confidence and playfulness and joy when it's balanced. But when it's unbalanced, it can make you feel guilty and shameful in ways that aren't productive. Of course, guilt and shame help us learn from our past mistakes, but once it goes too far and we're feeling it in a dimension that is not helpful anymore, that's when we know it's time to release. It's time to start delegating. It's time to let go. Okay, so that is our overarching message for today's reading with my tarot cards. And I'm thinking, in terms of the crystals, oops, my lapis lazuli or lapis lazulis, I'm not sure, fell down, so we're going to be using this. I'll have it with me. I'll be putting it right in front of me, and also this giant rose quartz. This I'll be keeping on my lap. I feel like that is a good way to do this. Alright, so with our Green Terra as the overarching theme, I will now ask the tarot deck, what's up? What's up, tarot? How are we going to start delegating? How are we going to ask others to help instead of trying to do everything by ourselves? Major aspect of bringing in that feminine energy, allowing yourself to be helped, and accepting the support that is around you. Once we lean into that support system, we'll be able to find our true path more easily, because we won't feel so tired and depleted all the time. You know, humans are meant to live in tribes, and we always have, but in this society today, there's so much individualization that we're starting to feel alone. It's not normal for people to keep to themselves to the extent that it's encouraged these days. We're meant to live in a community, in a tribe, to raise our kids together. There's a saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And it's a saying for a reason. All right, so how do we start delegating? All right, well, I'm getting called to pull 3 cards, one from the past, the present, and the future. So it might be a story about what has been happening in your recent past. There might be a story about your present day, and then in the future, how can you start working with the Green Terra Goddess? How can you ask others, including her, to help you, instead of trying to do everything by yourself? Okay, so we have the past, the present, and the future. Beautiful. Okay. Alrighty, well, I'll start with the past. So we have the Page of Cups here. Page of Cups. So I will read everything on the card, just in case anything pops up to you, and then I will give my channeled message about it. Hopefully it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine. Okay, so Page of Cups. It says yes. It says the Moon. Love, comfort, kindness, intuition, a good idea, a sensitive, thoughtful, introverted, cooperative, quiet, dreamy, imaginative, psychic, emotional, or dependent youth. Someone interested in learning about emotional issues. Okay, so in the past, as a child, maybe even, it doesn't have to be necessarily the near past. It can be from childhood until today. That's what I'm getting. Were you a sensitive child? Were you an emotional child? Were you called too sensitive? Were you someone who was very interested in learning about psychology, the human mind, emotional issues? Could be related to that. And now in the present. Independent wealth, 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, I love this one. 9 of Pentacles. Earth energy. And it's a yes. Yes. Independence, success, financial stability and security, profit, prosperity, wealth, property, abundance, rewards through hard work, collecting on investments, thriving business, status, freedom, wisdom, maturity, indulgence. All right. So right now, is it a time in your life that you're finding you're more stable? Perhaps you're going into a new job. Perhaps you recently started a new project that you feel will provide you some more stability. This can be emotional stability, financial freedom. It's saying that you're reaping the rewards of your hard work, basically, right now. That can look like a lot of different things. And in the future, so how do we start delegating? I don't know if you can hear my dog. She's very invested. She really wants that independent wealth for us. With the 9 of Pentacles. All right, in the future, creative expression. It is, the Knight of Cups. That's cool. Okay, so we have water, Mercury, the moon. Yes, creative expression. In the future, we have romantic proposals, offers, invitations, taking action, following your heart, attraction, dating, affection. Your ideal man or woman, an amiable, intelligent young person, full of new ideas and proposals. Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that the card isn't actually telling us how to go about delegating, but instead it's saying what will happen if you begin to delegate. Stop being hyper independent. If you begin to reach out, branch out, reach out to your friends, understand that the people around you are all teachers. You know, do your shadow work and receives the help that people are offering, because once you start to begin to open your eyes to how much you deserve and how much love you have in your heart and how much love you can share to others, then you'll start to see all the opportunities for help that are around you. Maybe there will be some people offering help. Maybe a new door will open for a new job. Maybe you'll be making new friends, new connections that will help you build onto your dream life. So that's what I'm getting here, that in the past, perhaps you were following your intuition generally, you were more emotional, you tried to lean into that, you were very interested in psychology, perhaps you were called overly sensitive as a child or in the recent past. And I'm also getting, now that I'm reading the word love, perhaps in the recent past you've been really reaching into that self-love type of energy. I know for myself I have. Once I decided to love myself, it wasn't like that. It was a pretty long journey, but there was a flip of a switch recently, a few months ago, where I decided to write down on a piece of paper all of the things that I love about myself, and that made me realize that I deserve a lot more than what was in my present circumstances. And from then on, my life completely changed. So that may have been in the recent past, where you decided to go on that path of love, of kindness, of doing more inner work, of self-love, things like that. And right now, that could be propelling you towards more independent wealth. Even though the Green Terra is asking us to start delegating and asking for help, what's interesting about that is that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness or a sign that we can't do it on our own. It's actually a sign of strength and a sign that we're ready to take on responsibility for our lives, and that will include getting help from other people, and that's fine. It's not a bad thing. And once you realize that you deserve help from other people and you deserve all the love in the world, that's when you can start sharing all the love in the world with everyone. And that's when you'll be able to truly become self-sufficient and independent. It's kind of ironic that asking for help will result in you becoming more independent. But in my experience, that's how it works. And it's not always about asking for help. It's about seeing that other people are willing to help you and accepting it. And if we decide to accept that love from ourselves and from other people, that's when magic will happen with the Knight of Cups. There's going to be a lot more offers, a lot more invitations, a lot more following your heart. And I think you'll really be able to find that creative expression that you're looking for. Right now, there is a huge era of consumption. I'm not sure if you've heard that before. In my sphere, I've been hearing it throughout my life. This is the era of consumption. We're consuming media on our phone, we're buying products online, we're getting things shipped to our door in a day, we're consuming, we're eating a lot, it's the only word I can really use is consuming. We're ingesting a lot of information, we're reading a lot, we're learning, we're eating, we're drinking, we're buying, and we're kind of like building ourselves up with all this stuff, but we're not allowing that to come out as expression anymore. And it's very difficult because a lot of us feel like we don't have the time to be creative or artistic or expressive, or we don't have the time to do the things that we really feel are useful. Do you ever feel like at the end of the day, like, so you wake up, you do your thing, at the end of the day you're like, wow, I really wasted today? It's because you don't feel like you're doing something useful with your time. And that looks different for every single person. For me, when I wake up, when I go outside, when I spend time outside in the sunshine, when I have the opportunity to go to a beach, when I have the opportunity to work with animals, to create art, to make healthy food, to work with children. Those are the things that make me feel like at the end of the day, I've done something useful. I had a great day today. For other people, that may look like so many different things. It may look like welding. It may look like doing tarot card readings. It may look like doing Pilates. It may look like going to your 9-to-5 job. It may look like working at the bakery. It can be so many different things. And I kind of went off on a tangent there. But once we start to open up to the love around us and the love within ourselves, that's when we can start taking this path that will allow us to, at the end of the day, think back and think and realize, wow, I had a great day today. I really felt useful. And maybe feeling useful will be resting and sleeping, and that's fine too. Ooh, it makes sense that I chose the rose quartz now, because this is all about self-love, and the rose quartz is here to support that, for sure. I think that's all I got for today. Yeah, so overarching theme, if you want to find your path in these times of confusion, be open to receiving help from other people. It will be very beneficial. It will be very uncomfortable at first, but you deserve it. You are whole. You are fantastic. You are a beautiful person. You've made mistakes. You have. But that's all right. That's how we learn and grow as individuals. You don't have to stay stuck on those mistakes to be a good person. You're a good person nevertheless. And because of that, you deserve all the love in the world. And with that, we'll end. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you when I'll see you.